Welcome back to ITSBUP, Interesting Things Said by Uninteresting People, which is a podcast where we just generally talk shit about things that pop into our heads, really, isn't it? My name's Ben. I'm joined, as always, by Tom.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
And we do, as this
Special
is,
guest.
it is a special guest today.
Because it's the final one of season 1.
It is.
Oh my god.
For end of season finale. Big blowout on the effects.
Big blowout on the effects. No expenses spared. Special guest is, drum roll please.
He's even doing his own drum roll.
It's
Tragic.
It's Randy,
Hello.
our only listener. Randy.
I can't be the only listener.
Oh no, you are.
I don't know. It's probably unless you listen to it twice, in which case
I
you're
haven't
both
done
of them.
that.
The best part
Oh, I
is
see.
when he listens to it back, he'll be like, "This is the best episode ever."
Oh, definitely.
The third guy you've added
Without-
is genius.
Yeah, this is it, guys.
Without
You have to
doubt.
keep him on.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's almost like, why would I listen to it back, man? I'm on it. I've had to sit through it
No,
once.
I will listen to it. Definitely.
Oh, I will.
Believe me.
We should point out, because we joke about our only listener, Randy, all the time.
We do.
And we're actually friends. Oh, God, I had to look him in the eye when I said that, which felt really dirty. I immediately regretted it. But no, we hang out in real life through music and
Mainly, yes.
various different other things
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, and occasionally having a beer.
Yeah, once or twice.
I mean, the trouble is
That's
'cause
happened.
you live quite far away from
Miles away,
from
yeah.
He
civilization
lives in
and the rest of
Cornwall.
us.
Kilcampton.
It's official Cornwall.
Kilcampton's
He lives in a
cool, isn't
different
I know,
continent,
yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
It is about an hour away.
it? And actually, you've driven an hour today.
To be here.
He's not getting that petrol back either.
That's
I'm
gonna
not
say
being
his own
paid,
pocket.
no.
I don't want to sound, make it awkward here, but we don't
It is, yeah.
have expenses or anything
Really?
like this. Yeah, sorry.
This is all stolen.
All of this gear.
No, this is awkward, really. Yeah.
How have you guys been for the last? When did we last do one of these? This was a while ago, wasn't it? About
I think
4 or 5
it's-
weeks.
Was it 4 or 5 weeks?
I
Randy,
think so,
you're
yeah.
only listener.
'Cause
When
I
did
think
you listen
was.
to it?
I think it was, yeah, because I've listened to every single episode.
Start to front,
Every
front to
single
back.
I really have, and I really enjoy it. So it's nice to be here.
Oh, mate, steady.
very
I mean,
nice.
all right, we
High
can't all
praise.
get too excited here in the first 5 minutes.
Highest praise. Yeah, it must have been 4 or 5 weeks ago, which was the 5th episode, which we thought for some reason would never happen.
Yes.
But it has, and here we are.
I must admit, I thought there'd be one, and that would be it.
Did you?
I really did.
Well,
because you
hate to
said
prove
that.
you
Right,
wrong.
right. Pull the
If
fucking
that-
plug on his mic
I'm
now.
I'm a naysayer, and I'm probably not the only one.
It's like, and if I'm honest, everyone was saying it.
By everyone he means
So is
the
this
2
the
or
last?
3.
Is this the last
No,
episode for now, or is it just the last of
I
this
think it's
batch?
just the last of this batch.
It's the last of this batch. Well, if anything, I know
six.
I don't know whether we can. Tom can always blur this for some music in post if we need to, but we did talk about maybe setting down a slightly more regular schedule for it.
Yeah.
So we might.
Because we've been whenever you know how long it took to get this one,
Yeah.
which weirdly has come sooner than we thought it would.
Yeah, we had a
Which
bit
is
of a scheduling.
But
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be
Anyway,
a bit more
I am
predictable.
available for future episodes. Just so
well, we'll see how this
Well,
one
don't
goes.
make it weird. Don't make it
Cut
odd. Yeah, that's it. Wipe all of this. We've had. I only mentioned this. I'm going somewhere with this,
Okay.
but we've had Valentine's Day since we last recorded
Yeah.
one. Now I know that all 3 of us are in relationships. Did you guys
Spoken
have
for.
anything to do, or how do you approach Valentine's Day? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Me and Callie don't do cards
Okay.
anymore. We used to,
Okay.
but we've kind of gotten over that a little bit.
Got on over it.
Yeah, just what's the point, honestly? Because it's just
Yeah,
like, oh,
I
I love
sort of
you, I love
agree.
you too. Card goes in the bin. What a waste of money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I generally buy her flowers.
Romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a real kind of just. I'm not going all out. I go to Twigs. She doesn't listen. Spend 20 quid. she's not listening. Spend 20 quid.
Job's done. for
Job's
another
done.
year.
You know.
You happy with that?
Job's done. Yeah. Happy with that.
Keep her happy at home.
Keep happy, and we have a delicious steak dinner.
Oh, fantastic.
We're
It's
a
what
bit
steak every
cliche.
time.
Out of interest, do you have steak, say, in a month as well?
Oh,
We have a close friend who always does, but
Yeah,
we
always.
I don't.
no. Do you know what? That
makes
tradition
it-
has gone by for the
Yeah.
entire 6 years for me.
Yeah, no, I think
It's never
me as
quite
well.
synced up
No.
with it.
It's not really. Yeah, I've never celebrated it. I don't think.
No, if anyone's, I don't think we need to descend the podcast into
We
this
don't
kind
need to
of.
mention what it is.
But if anyone wants to look up March the 14th,
Yeah.
14th of March is a very special day for many people.
Yeah.
We'll let you do your own research. That can be your podcast homework. Suffice to say, if you're a butcher, you'll be rubbing your hands together.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Or not
All
rubbing your
over
hands
the-
together, depending on whether you celebrate it or not.
Yeah,
Very
it
true.
does depend. Yeah,
And
yeah.
did you, because didn't you go away?
I did.
I'm
yes.
looking at Andy when I say this.
I did,
This is going to be a
but
nightmare.
it was because we try and do something nice for Valentine's Day, because I live an hour away from my girlfriend. Much like I
Okay.
live an hour away from a lot of my friends.
But it's
They're both in
but
opposite
it-
directions as well.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, so it's a bit awkward in that way. But we went to Longleat
Oh, cool. Okay.
Safari Park.
I have never
That is
been
cool.
to Longleat.
I haven't either.
What's it like?
It's very good. Yeah.
That sounds like an ITSBUP trip in the making.
Oh,
That's the
dude.
next
The
podcast.
monkeys are on.
No, it is very good. It's very interesting. You do the safari drive-through thing, and that's good. And the house, Longleat House, which is very interesting to look around.
Oh, cool.
I'm very cultured like that.
Yeah. I've just remembered, I've just put two and two together, because doesn't the Lord, the guy with the long grey hair, what's his name?
Lord Bath.
Lord Bath, of course it is, because he
Very
used to be on the TV
eccentric.
show.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's his. I think he still lives there, but
Oh,
they
okay.
allow you to look through, like, 15% of the house
Oh,
that
right.
he doesn't
okay.
go into.
He's
It's
like, don't look at my shit.
Yeah,
you can
it's-
look at this stuff, but
exactly,
not my
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I bet his area of the house is a lot different to what you can go through.
You see, I wonder about this, because there's a place near where my girlfriend is from, the village is in Heartland. There's a place called Heartland Abbey,
Yes.
which
yeah.
by all accounts is very much the same. The people who live there almost begrudge having to let people in. It's a real.
Would they have to?
Well, I think they. I don't know whether they have to or it's that
It's
they.
a very similar thing.
Yeah.
It's remarkably similar.
Yeah,
I've
they-
been to both.
Oh,
So
hey,
cultured.
Jed,
Yeah,
wow.
and
Check
well,
out his National Trust card.
through my work, I have been and like delivered things there, and
Okay.
yeah, I think I went to. Yes, I did. I went to the Antiques Roadshow when that was there.
Fucking hell, you're
Wow.
'Cause it was like 10.
that's-
It's like 10 minutes away from my house, so I was like, why not?
Hey, fair enough.
If you can go, you know.
You know, I've
Check it
never
out.
twigged this, but of course, Kilk and Heartland are really pretty close together. aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. yeah.
So we're going to
That's
just
copyright.
we're just going to
copyright.
weave in the Antiques Roadshow thing. I always thought the Antiques Roadshow sounded a little bit too much like Ski Sunday, but in my head, I don't know. Now, people who have the benefit of the internet while they're listening to this will compare both and go,
Compare the-
Ben, it sounds fucking nothing like like Ski Sunday.
God, I hate you for saying that now, Pink.
Yeah. Leave a comment. We should really crack on with the show, I guess. We have got a few things that we're going to talk about. One of which I'm going to surprise Tom with now.
Oh,
Because, not intentionally, but only because I've just remembered it, you picked up an Echo.
yeah.
What's that like?
It's really cool. Okay, so for people who don't know what the Amazon Echo is, do you know what it is, Randy?
I don't really know what it
It's
is.
like,
No,
I
so-
bought an Amazon Echo Dot, which is like a cheaper version. So basically, it's like a smart home assistant in a Bluetooth speaker. That's probably the easiest way to put it. You know, like Siri
Yeah.
or OK Google. It's OK Google. It's Amazon's version
OK
of it
Google.
called Alexa, and it's basically a small. It's quite cheap. It's £50. It's like a small sphere that kind of sits on your desk, or sits wherever you want it to sit, and it's like a always listening. Sounds kind of creepy, but and it just does whatever you kind of want it to do. So mine's linked up to my Spotify, and it's linked up to the same speakers my computer are on, so I can get in and say, Alexa, shuffle Fight Star, and it will just shuffle Fight Star straight away.
So, for example, if you ever wanted to do that.
Yeah. So you can do, but you can ask it anything. Like, it could be really useful for kitchen probably because you can ask it if you got like American recipes that are all in cups. You can say how many milliliters in a cup and it'll just read it out. Read me this recipe. It can do lots of stuff like flip a coin. Like that sounds stupid, but flip a coin, count down from 10, set a timer, wake me up at this time, do this, do that. I've just ordered a smart bulb as well.
Oh, cool.
So the next big thing is when I go into my room, I can say, Alexa, switch lights on. It will just switch everything on.
Dude, that's really cool, man.
It sounds lame, but it will be.
No,
cool.
it's really
It'd be awesome.
It's sort of like clapping.
Effectively,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
But
lights on, but
the
even
thing is,
better.
as well, you can get a smart plug, which I was kind of almost got instead. It was a bit more expensive, but then I could have the plug on an extension cable and have 4 things put into it.
Okay.
So I could just say Alexa, power on, and the whole
Turn
room
them
would just
on.
go.
Yeah.
And then you can say power off, and it'll switch it all off too.
I was
It's
listening to an interview with Kevin Kelly, the guy who started Wired, and he's talking about Alexa and talking about Amazon Echoes and Echo Dot, isn't it? The one with
that's what I've got. Yeah.
And he was saying it's weird to see kids using it because they just use it as if,
They wouldn't even think about
it.
without even thinking about it, interacting with it. And it was the whole interview. I'll try and dig it out. I'll try and link it in the show notes in the comments. But it was a really interesting talk that he was having, saying about how technology, just the evolution of technology, and how even if you can't predict the specific gadgets and gizmos that will appear, you can sort of predict the tech that will evolve.
Yeah.
So he's saying about how on any planet with intelligent life, they'll develop some way of talking to each other around the world, and all that kind of stuff. And even if you can't predict the iPhone, you can predict communication
Something
devices.
will do that.
What's
Yeah,
really
no,
interesting, my friend Mark came over today and he said, imagine when we're like old, like proper old, like 80, 90, and he said, think how good it'll, how normal it will be and good then. So you'll probably get set up and it'll be like, oh, Alexa, raise the bed, or, do this, or, do you know what I mean? Like, Alexa, make a cup of tea, and that sort of thing, it'll all be automated.
Yeah.
You'll be like, Alexa, put dinner on. And then it's, hey, what do you want? And then you say, but that'll probably be normal by the time we're done.
It's crazy how much things have changed since we were all
I know.
young.
I feel like we got
And
the brunt of technology going.
definitely.
Pow.
Just like a massive change.
Because
in
we're
everything.
playing with like Game Boys and Mega Drives.
Yeah.
Oh God, sorry man, I don't even mean to jump in. I was in a cafe the other day, and I swear to God, a little kid asked his dad, what's a Game Boy?
Really? Oh,
Dude,
no.
and I that was it.
Nothing
That's
makes
my
you
life
feel
was
like-
over, dude. I had to
no.
compose myself.
The worst
is
part is
bad.
when we explain to our kids or our youngers, like, we didn't always have the internet.
Yeah.
I think I got it when I was like 11,
Yeah.
and it would be like,
Yeah,
there
me
was
too,
no
around that time.
TVs used to look
Imagine-
like this.
Imagine that guy having to explain to his child that is a
Yeah.
dedicated thing that just plays games.
Yeah.
Like where the kid's probably like, oh, like I've got a phone that plays games.
Yeah.
Have you
Like
seen?
why would I need just one thing to play that?
Have you seen
Yeah.
that Fine Brothers YouTube channel where they get Kids React 2? And there's one Kids React 2 Game Boy, and one of them touches the screen and goes, "Where are the apps?" And it's just like, "Oh my god!"
Oh no.
And he's like, "No, you put the
that is-
cartridge in the back," and they're like, "Why? Why would you have to do that?"
Why is it not already on it?
Yeah.
It's so mental.
That is crazy.
I mean, it's mental that now it's almost like tech is speeding up now as well. I mean,
Especially it
especially
is in certain areas. You're definitely right.
I mean, I feel like we're okay with AI. When people talk about AI, it's not, I don't mean the robots going, yes, Tom, here I am to help you. I mean, like smart doors or Echo, where you can just go count down, fine, and it'll understand and it'll do it.
And it's quick as well. Sorry to jump in. Alexa's really quick. You don't have to say like, "Okay, Google," and wait for it to go bing. It's Alexa, count down from 5, and it will understand.
It's funny,
You don't
isn't it?
have
Because
to-
like you said about things being done in different ways, but it could be predicted. It's sort of like when I was younger, you would just imagine like an actual robot doing these things for you. Like turn the lights on.
Yeah.
And
Just
you've got
his
like,
robot hand going.
like, Tom's got the same thing.
like a little extending antenna.
It's like Tom's got like the same thing, but it's not how you imagine it will be.
Dude, it's hilarious
better.
now. I mean, you watch old episodes of Star Trek, or Red Dwarf is a good one for this, because they predict bits of tech. You know, like some bits of tech, like the communicator is what inspired kids to grow up to make iPhones and mobile phones. All that kind of business. So you have certain bits where they kind of predicted it, but then you look at things like Red Dwarf, where they've gone, oh, what would cartridges for data look like? Well, I guess like a VHS, but let's make it triangular to be kooky. So it's still this physical thing, and I think the only exception to this is I remember my dad told me a few years ago saying that when he was younger, so in the 70s or whatever it was.
Does he listen to this?
No, he doesn't listen to this. He's old. He's told to listen to this.
Can't hear it.
Yeah, it just interferes with the hearing aid. He was saying that in the 70s there was someone who said, in the future you'll just have a thing with you. That, whatever it is, you have a thing with you that you go into the music shop, you plug it in, go, give me the latest, whatever, and then you unplug it and take it home with you. And that's kind of halfway there to make it that much of a leap.
The idea is there, isn't it?
The AI will just link all our stuff together. It'll just be like our weird butler. It just serves us up what we want. It won't be one specific thing. It'll just be like that overarching thing that brings all the apps in. With its big hands.
It's a big robot thing.
Yeah.
It's like someone like Sonic, like an end-level boss.
Yes.
Just
Dr. Robotnik.
This is going completely off track to what we're going to talk about. But how do you feel about this? I mean, so if the world is getting more and more able to meet our demands, we can basically become lazier and lazier, or you could see it as becoming lazier and lazier. How do you feel about it? I mean,
I like it a lot.
Thing, or
I think Mr. Bike Review is a fan of it.
I am big time. I think it's awesome.
Technology, but
just those sweet Apple dollars rolling in.
So
bring out whatever they want.
So many.
Never deliveries down the truck.
Of the money.
They don't pay with bank
or AirBuds.
Imagine if Apple actually paid people in just actual
Apple gear.
Or just cash. Just lorries full of cash.
Tim Cook personally comes over with his briefcase, keep saying our stuff's good, Tom. This will keep flowing.
I'd like to think he'd know you as well. But, all right, Tom, how's it going? Yeah. How's work?
See people still thinking you're paid. Can you quote? Get rid of those accusations.
Make them go away, Tom. So this is a nice place you got here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it,
I leave with a massive black eye, bruised, broken arm.
Welcome back to Point
Screaming.
Wow. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I can understand why people are worried about it. Technology and how fast it's moving, but there's so many good things about it. So it's hard to argue with, and it's going to happen, isn't it?
It's going to happen if you're
not going to slow it down.
Well, that's it. I mean, and the thing is, it has always happened. It will always happen.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that when a new tech comes out, it's going to make us lazier, or it's going to reduce jobs, or what have you.
Yeah.
But honestly, it never does. I mean, when the engine came along, when all the farmers went, well, what are the horses going to do now? And what about the stables?
It is true.
Well, no, you just get moved around. You get freed up to do nicer things.
The industry adapts.
Exactly.
Which we'll cover later.
Yes, absolutely. That's foreshadowing.
It's just such a strange thing to be concerned about.
Yeah.
Why would you waste your time worrying about technology advancements?
Well, this is it.
My nan worries about it all the time. She's like, I'm getting
there's no need.
I'm like, it annoys me when she says that because she's retired, so she could make the time for it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, come on, buck your ideas.
Watch my YouTube videos.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just watching TV otherwise. I know, it must be hard to learn new stuff, but if you've got all that time.
And the thing is as well, I think honestly it's a state of mind, it's an approach, because this stuff, especially Apple stuff, and a lot of the best apps now are designed to be idiot proof.
Yeah,
they're designed so you don't even need language. Yeah, you can see what you need to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's touch this screen, bit of the screen,
the touch screen is the best thing for that, because you literally press what you want.
Yeah.
How can it be any easier?
Language,
you touch what you want to do on the screen.
Yeah.
And the fact that people can't do it is how they approach it.
Well, dude,
and it's also annoying.
They almost don't want to understand it. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like a barrier.
It's like the door's shut, isn't it? Before you even start with it.
Yeah. They just can't open it.
I mean, case in point, my 15-month-old, 18-month-old nephew can navigate YouTube. If you sit him in front of the iPad,
that is a scary thought.
He's going because his mum and dad will stick a video on, which I don't. Now this is a whole separate conversation, but I don't have a problem with kids using technology for entertainment, because I think it's just like giving them a pencil. It's the same. It's just a different. I wouldn't arbitrarily discourage one particular medium just because it's electronic or whatever. No. So he sat there with looking at some videos, and he knows that he can touch some of the others and it will bring up something different. He might not know or understand what it's going to. Like he doesn't look at it and go, new review of the iPhone 6. That's I just unsubscribe review. But he'll touch it knowing that if whatever's going on in his head, if he switches off from what he's watching, you can touch something else and
it will do something else. Yeah.
It's fascinating, really.
It is.
YouTube does have a kids edition though, which I assume they're probably using. So it doesn't bring up anything. It's a watered down version of YouTube.
I don't know if they are.
It's literally called YouTube Kids, and it
I
brings
didn't
up
know
content.
that existed.
Yeah, content that's under 12 or something. You can set an age, and it will just
block the rest of it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
It's good.
Get on it. Yeah.
Get on.
Yeah.
I will investigate.
Also sponsored by YouTube.
Best. Just before we talk about anything else, the best April Fool prank that I can remember, just for how silly and nice it was when YouTube said they'd bring out the YouTube like CD edition or DVD edition. Did you ever see this? When they said now you can own YouTube, the back library of YouTube. But to be fair to them, it was good as well because it kind of highlights how awesome. I mean, literally in the literal sense of the word, how awesome a service it is.
Definitely.
Because they're saying, we'll send you 18,000 18-wheeler trucks and a new one every day to hold all the DVDs of content. Yeah, forever.
That's clever on their part, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's sort of like poking fun at.
Yeah, well, exactly.
What it is, but also saying, look, this is what we can do.
Yeah.
This is why it's good.
See, that was a shame, wasn't it? Love film.
Yeah.
What a shame.
I was subscribed to it for a while.
I had a brand new idea that I was never going to buy games.
Oh, yeah.
PS3 at the time. I was just going to rent them and pre-order them.
Makes a lot of sense.
But then it doesn't really work because you know, every single game I wanted to rent, they didn't have.
Like out of stock. Like, great.
Isn't it weird though, like how this? Sorry, if we're talking about general technology, kind of lifting up the species, whatever, lifting up humans. How cool is it now that we hardly own anything like that? Like you don't need to own something, so you don't need to own a car if you can just get an Uber all the time.
Yeah.
You don't need to own, music if you can have access to it.
Yeah.
You don't need to own a game.
I mean, that'll probably feed into what we're going to talk about Spotify and stuff later. But I read it was like a review on something, and it was on The Verge, and they talk about how Spotify works really well with the smartwatch. And one of the things they highlighted, they said, I've got Spotify, I don't need to own my music. And this was probably a couple of years ago, and I left a comment because it angered me so much. I said, and I quoted it, I said, I don't need to own my music. And I put underneath, it shows how devalued the art has become. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And then loads of people were like, some agreeing like, fuck you. And some people were like, get over it, man. You're
too old.
Yeah, exactly. And I was a bit like,
damn it, you're right, but no, shut up.
But I mean, I don't know if it's worth talking about Spotify now.
Oh well, we can come to it. We'll come to it. Yeah,
we'll come to it
because we have other music things to talk about as well.
All right, let's do that.
We should talk about anything, just literally anything off the list of things that we said we were going to talk about. So ready for awkward segue. So this tech thing, it's almost like we need a good tech chat platform, isn't it? What do you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll introduce it.
Do it.
All right. Okay. So something we wanted to talk about was that there is no universal messaging application. There's a really good article on this, but I'll basically explain it in case you're not too sure what I mean. When you speak to people on your phone, you'll generally use quite a few different ways. If you're old school, you might text. If you might use Facebook Messenger, which annoyingly is just called Messenger. You might use WhatsApp. You might use iMessage. You might use some other WeChat thing, or Line, or now Instagram you can talk through, and Snapchat you can now talk through. There's so many different ways to do it that it's almost frustrating. There's no universal one that not even links them together, just one that just goes like, I'm the biggest and best, just use me. I mean, WhatsApp's probably gonna be that one. Sometimes. But the thing is, I've been talking to you guys about this on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because we've all got WhatsApp. And we've all got that.
Yeah.
And Messenger comes to our phone like WhatsApp, I know, and it feels weird. But I can't figure out which the right one is to use.
I looked through my phone knowing we
Most of
would
the time.
maybe discuss this, and there's no rhyme or reason to why I speak to certain people on certain apps.
Yeah.
No.
I just do. Some people I speak to on Facebook.
Mhm.
Some people I
Yeah.
speak to in groups on WhatsApp, and I
Yeah.
don't know
WhatsApp's
why.
like the king of group chat, definitely.
Yeah,
Well, is it just
it's just strange.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean, to throw it in though, like in that article when they're talking about WeChat, it's easy to fall into the trap of going, oh, WhatsApp, because you're right. I mean, WhatsApp's huge, but when they're talking about WeChat having 500 million users,
It's mental.
I mean, it's kind of you have to remember, like there are like for us,
Over a
WhatsApp's
billion
huge.
other
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like for us, WhatsApp's huge, but for people in China, they're like, no, WeChat.
yeah,
WeChat's
they wouldn't
what's
even blink.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even blink at it.
Well, there's one called Viber. Have you guys ever used that?
I've heard of
Viber
Viber.
was like good for electronic phone calls or like
yeah.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi phone
And
calls.
I've got
Okay.
a lot of friends who use that, and they don't even use WhatsApp, and that's crazy to me.
That's mental
No.
because you can call on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
now.
you can now.
Yeah.
So it is strange. But
It's another example, isn't it? Because do you remember Tango?
Yeah.
Did you ever use Tango?
Tango
It
was like a
It was one of the first cross-platform video chat.
yeah, it was like Skype,
okay.
wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But that's kind of disappeared, I think. Now.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think it's sold
even
Tango. But
Skype's worth bringing up because people generally use that for like business / talking to family at
Yeah.
a far distance, but you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to
You
use
don't
that.
no,
I mean,
no.
you can use FaceTime or WhatsApp
Yeah,
for
yeah.
video, voice. It doesn't matter.
I use Skype for language exchanges. So
Yeah.
I go on. There's a website I go on where I can you can talk to people who learn different languages, and you set up Skype chats. It's quite informal, but and I almost like using that because I don't use Skype for anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, for business things, it does look a bit more professional, but I don't.
It's
I
more
just keep.
tailored to like the PC use, isn't it? Skype is a
Exactly,
bit
yeah.
more like, but then a lot of people probably in foreign countries probably using it on their phone.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
them probably are.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, maybe that's part of it because I almost quite like it that we use different things. I know this is a bit counter to what we've been talking
Yeah.
about, but in the same way as like an obvious example is like you wouldn't break up with someone by text.
No.
You've got these different voices to do different things. It's ridiculous because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
No,
But it almost feels like for example, I don't. You, Tom, I'll make sure you know who I'm talking to, listeners.
Ben is pointing at me for people that don't.
he's not
Both
pointing at me.
fingers.
Finger guns.
You're probably the only person that I actively reply to on Twitter. I just to let you guys know, I have notifications pop up if one of my buddies.
But I've
Tweets.
got a couple of those switched on.
Yeah, because and generally it seems to
Yeah.
work out. Some of my friends talk a lot of shit, and I'm
Yeah.
considering unsubscribing. but you're probably the only person that I'll actually actively chat to on
Yeah.
Twitter. Not that we do it a lot, but I don't really do it to anyone else.
Twitter is my
Certainly not
favourite.
Randy.
It's certainly not.
Definitely.
Twitter is my favourite social media, and it has been since I got an iPhone back in
Okay.
2009.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. But
That was a long time.
I used to just post a picture of David Huntley every day. When we're doing music text.
That is brilliant.
I had just got an iPhone and I was taking a lot of pictures at the time because it
Yeah.
was the first thing that looked decent when you took a picture because all the old slidey phones now just look kind of crap. But I used to take a picture of him every day and say what he was doing. I was like, David Huntley today is doing this. Update, there it goes. I actually might go back and see my first tweet and I bet it's of him. I bet it is. But
It's funny because you
Twitter's
mentioned
awesome.
text being old school, and that's so
It
strange
is old
to
school.
say,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
is. If someone sends me a text, like an actual text message, like you said about Skype, you sort of put it in a different.
Yeah,
Category,
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
And I do that if someone sends me a text. I almost think they've made more of an effort.
yeah,
But in a weird way, because
Yeah.
someone's always on WhatsApp, they're always on Snapchat, they're
Yeah.
always on Facebook.
a text is more
If someone
direct.
texts me, it does almost seem more important in a weird way, and I don't
Yeah.
know why.
No, I agree
Okay.
with you in that because when you want to talk to someone separately
Yeah,
about
it's-
maybe something in that group chat,
Yeah.
so you'll get a text or someone I need to talk to you directly. Here's a text message.
Mm.
I've
Yeah.
written
It's more
just for
personal,
you.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Have either of you guys watched The Office, the American
Yes.
version?
Yeah.
This made me think of Woof.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Where
do remember.
the
Yeah,
guy comes up with an idea where all of your
prints
apps are
out,
linked. And
yeah.
like you get a fax, you get a text, you get a WhatsApp, you get
Mate.
the phone ring.
yes.
Mate,
You got a
Like,
woof.
and it's like, yeah, a woof. It is, and he thinks it's the best idea in the world, but it's clearly dreadful.
Yeah.
Because it's not one app; it's all of your apps at once giving you
All
the same
streaming,
message.
Mate, you'll laugh at this, but when I had a while back, I had like a few phones because I was testing, like, I had a few, and I had one on loan from Microsoft, and they were all switched on, including my iPad and my Mac and my computer. And someone tweeted me, and it went ping, 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 ping. It just went around the room. I was like, I need to switch these off.
Definitely.
Oh,
I
that
thought
stops
at the
right
time,
now.
I was like, I've got a woof. Someone's
it's not necessary. The best thing about that woof thing, though, is I'm sure that, if you send a text to a landline, and it's like, you have received a text message.
Yeah, and it reads it out really
yeah, it reads it out like that.
What I found was weird about it is that when you get forced to change the medium, the method of contacting someone. So, for example, about a year ago, I took a month off from using my phone for anything that needed a data connection. Just to take a break, basically, just to see, because I realised I was using my phone a lot, and I thought I'd seen a few people talking about taking a hiatus from the mobile phone, from a smartphone.
Yeah.
So the upshot of this is that I ended up emailing Claire, my girlfriend, a lot more, rather than just doing WhatsApp text or WhatsApp or text or anything like that. And you change how you talk to people. You change
Yeah.
Is everything right?
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's okay. We just had a mild moment of panic with the
It's
audio.
very, very panicked. Don't want to lose this gold.
Yeah, right. But it's weird, and I found myself writing out longer messages, and it wasn't
you take
good or bad. But
Time, yeah. It is bad because when I first got WhatsApp or whatever to be in group chats, I joined a group chat with my friend Sam and Tom, and any time we'd get messages together, it would always be really fun and really funny.
Yeah.
And it's sort of not as special now because I'm in so many groups with people.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
these people
I
are on.
still thought it was quite special.
No, it still is.
It's clearly not.
It still is, but it's so many groups.
It's just one of the
and there's
groups,
so many
isn't it?
people who are in other groups with me, and it's
Yes.
which group do I send this to? And it, like you said, you having a month away from it.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people do that.
Oh,
And
dude.
I imagine it was really nice because you feel so attached to just this thing, just this technology.
Well, the trouble is, mate,
All the time.
it's when you see the phone go off and you reach straight for it. That's
yeah,
not you in control of your phone.
No, it's not.
No,
You
mate,
know?
the
Definitely
worst
not.
example of that is when if you're in a room of friends and you're watching a film or something and a phone vibrates and everyone's head turns to see where it came from.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
so tuned into that.
Yeah.
Just
You
like,
go
is,
like that.
is that mine?
Yeah,
Or is that-
because it's that thing you get a small dopamine hit from
Yes.
from anyone trying to contact you. As
Yeah,
small
yeah.
as it is, you're like, oh my god, someone wants to speak to me. You obviously don't react like that, but you're like,
Yeah.
oh, something for me to. Someone wants something.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah, I'm
how,
in
that's how
demand,
you
yeah.
would react when you first had a mobile phone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone texts you, you'd be like, "Oh my god, it's my first text." It's not. It's similar to that.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's someone.
It is,
someone
it's-
wants to talk to me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still
It's the
still a
same
small
sort of
hit
thing.
of someone wants to chat. Cool.
The thing, I've started calling it out to myself now. I genuinely think that I'm getting better at not being so tied to it, because this was obviously a while ago when this aired, but it was on QI, and Stephen Fry's talking about how in his opinion the phone full stop is the rudest invention of all time.
Yeah.
And the way he
yeah,
puts
yeah.
it, he says it's like someone coming into your office and going, talk to me now,
Yeah, 'cause
talk to me.
It's so loud.
It is, yeah.
And it just once you it's almost like when you put light on the situation, you think, well, hang on, no, I can just ignore my phone. It doesn't.
Yeah, I
No.
could just ignore it.
It's
yeah,
like I'm not being
exactly.
rude by not being near my phone 24/7. If someone sends a text an hour later going, "Why aren't you replying?" It's like, well, because I was in the the
Yeah.
garden.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
can't go in the garden,
Yeah.
but
No, it's-
Yeah.
But
I don't have a garden. Ben. I was somewhere else.
Yeah.
somewhere else.
I always have my phone on silent now. It's something
yeah.
I've been doing for the last year or so. And as bad as that is, and as much as I do have people annoyed at me once a week because they've tried to call me and I haven't answered straight away,
Yeah.
it's so nice because I look at my phone after an hour and I see I've got a message.
Yeah.
It's not like someone's text me
Yeah, straight.
and
away.
it's interrupted me and I've
Yeah,
had to look
yeah.
at it straight away. And like you say, you are in control. If someone rings you, if someone calls you, you
Yeah.
don't have to answer.
Well, this is the thing.
Like
man. When my phone's been on silent, or when I've had it all effectively turned off, and I just had it bricked for a bit in when I'm at work or what have you. Maybe it's just my life, but I have yet to miss a single important thing. Like I've yet to have something go so badly wrong
Because you didn't have
because I didn't have my phone
exactly,
with me.
yeah.
You know, if it's making plans, I go an hour later. I go, oh yeah, I'm down for this or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if it is an emergency, then people know how to get hold of you anyway.
Definitely, there's other ways to do it. Yeah, it's
I mean, it'd be different if, say, you were in a tent up the top of a mountain and someone needed to go to hospital. You know, but if you're if you're around everyday life, I mean, if you need a landline or whatever or anything like that.
You can always, and if you are in an emergency and someone who you've chose to call doesn't answer, you have so many other people you could call or so many other things you could do.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not. I don't know. It's I think people are worried about that sort of thing sometimes, but they shouldn't be.
Maybe not, though, man. Because what happens if you are the keystone in the middle of a business empire? I mean, say, just for example, say you were in white goods.
Yeah, it's some form of
white goods.
Some kind of, I mean, what would happen
small
then?
time village, but big time goods.
Absolutely, yeah. Big fish, small ponds.
Yeah,
big
that is
time
a good
good.
name. I like that. Your segues are getting.
They're getting better, aren't they?
They really are. As soon as I realised what you were doing, I was like, wow.
Oh, buckle
This
up.
guy is serious here.
So, Randy, it's you we are thinking of, isn't it? I mean, you are in this
unfortunately,
situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. Yes, yeah. I am in a family business. My dad runs an electrical retailer in the small village where I live.
Which, bear in mind, not that I'm having a go at it, but in small villages, say Braunton, Ilfracombe,
Yeah.
wherever you live,
down south
they
somewhere.
always have the family-owned electric
yes,
store. It's
yeah.
always called something like James
Electrical.
Devon.
Yeah,
It's like-
Richard's Goods.
And they have some
Yeah.
like just strange small toasters and like tiny spots, but that's effectively what yours is. But yours is a bit bigger than that.
Yeah, a bit bigger. It is quite big actually, for considering we have quite a wide catchment area, I guess.
Sure. So what's that like?
Yeah, it is good. It's interesting. It is strange working with your family so closely.
Sure.
Like working with my dad pretty much every day now.
Yeah.
Because my role has changed a bit. I used to be delivering.
He's been promoted.
Yeah, I have.
Been
I
promoted.
used to be delivering white goods and brown goods.
Brown goods. Just a note on TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
I did not know
Which
this.
people didn't know. White goods are.
I see.
White goods are
yeah.
washing machines and dishwashers and fridges and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And brown goods are TVs and microwaves and that sort of thing. It's
And if
exciting,
Wait,
isn't it?
what? So why is a microwave a brown good?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
thought brown goods
I could be wrong with
TV
that,
and
actually.
radio.
I
Okay.
think, it
You're the
usually
manager, you
is.
should
It's
know
mainly
this,
like audio visual stuff
Okay.
for brown goods.
Okay.
But
Do you watch the
microwaves are sort of
microwave?
In the middle. I don't really know. Because
Hang
it's
on,
sort
hang
of in
on.
the middle in terms
Mate,
of size.
Dude, in terms of it's sort of in the middle. What? So we've got audio visual. It's kind of audio visual.
Can we start again?
start the whole
Start that
thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
I don't want to look like an idiot.
But yeah, no, I was doing the deliveries and that sort of thing, but now I've been, after 8 years of lifting washing machines and fridges, I've been promoted to now be a co-manager in the shop. Which is quite good because it comes with a lot more responsibility and management, if you like.
Is it
managing
like,
staff, that sort of
you
thing.
know, in cop movies where the beat cop is like, "Don't you give me a desk job? Don't put me behind a
that's
desk."
what's happened to Ryan.
Is it a good thing?
Yeah,
Are you happy with it?
It is.
Or do you get like flashbacks to being on the road?
Sometimes it is. I've only been doing it for like a month.
Okay.
So
I want to be back on the road, man.
So yeah,
Put me
like
back on the
I've
street.
been learning like my new roles and stuff, and it has been quite stressful at times, but it's just a change which I needed desperately because I was doing the same thing for 8 years,
that's a long time.
which is a long time.
Something
Exactly the same thing.
Something I was going to ask you about family business is obviously you've got a brother and sister, a twin.
Yes,
Sister. Is your twin
I am a
older than
twin.
you?
He's 5 minutes older than me.
5
yes.
minutes smarter.
I'm the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
Run,
The
you're
slacker.
massive.
Yeah.
You're massive.
Yeah, I was going to ask because obviously they don't work for the business, do they?
No.
How come you do and they don't? How did that come about?
It's circumstantial, really, to be honest, because me and my sister had gone to university, so she wasn't around anyway, and my brother and I were both in college or sixth form, and I wasn't doing as well academically as him, if you like, and I had no clear path for where I wanted to go with universities and that sort of thing. So a vacancy came up in the business, and my dad asked me if I wanted to work there, and I said yes. And he said, "Oh, you can work here for a few months and then go to uni."
Yeah.
But then I liked having money coming in each month, and I did really enjoy the job at the time.
The thing is,
so I just carried on with it.
With a full-time job, as long as you like don't mind it or slash enjoy it, but if you don't mind it and you're working with good people, it's very easy to just be like, kind of let those years kind of roll by. Not in a bad way.
I've had many times when I've considered leaving and planned to do other things, and it hasn't happened for whatever reason. It could be the family tie, because that is obviously a big thing with it.
Does your dad kind of, without sounding cliche, expect you to take over eventually?
I don't know, because it's not going to be quite as simple as that, probably because of the fact that I have another brother, or I have a brother and a sister.
Oh yeah, of course.
So imagine if he just says, "Oh yeah, here's this business, you have that."
And then, you have this.
My brother and sister, just nothing to do with it. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what his thoughts are on it really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he sort of built it, like in 1985.
Wow. So
like with a business partner. But yeah, it's don't know really. But like you said, it is. You do sometimes get locked into a full-time job, and I'm sure everyone can agree with that.
Yeah.
Like everyone who does
like
it.
that too.
But if it's something you're interested in, then it's okay. And I'm not saying I'm passionate about washing machines and TVs, but there is an interest there.
But this is the thing, though, because there's a lot of like millennial bashing that goes on at the minute, where people go, "Oh, people don't know the value of a good job. They don't know the value of hard work. They think that everything's going to be sunshine and roses." And I think that having like a good, decent, steady job gets a really bad rap.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny enough. Another podcast I was listening to, a guy was talking about. I'll have to link this. I don't remember the guy's name. But it was an old Spanish matador who was saying that your career, the way that you spend your life, that's a method of expressing who you are. Like, it doesn't really matter what your career is, it's how you apply yourself to it and through it. You could do anything you want to do, and you can still grow and be an amazing person. This sounds really philosophical now. I'm getting a bit serious with this, but it's true though. It doesn't really matter exactly what job you're doing, because you meet people. You get job satisfaction, hopefully.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It does get a bad rap, because I think people really I think it's that weird thing. I come from quite a small village.
Sure. Yeah.
And I've worked in that same village since I was 18. And I think that a lot of people do think, oh, like, I've gone to university, I've lived here, I've lived there, I've done this, I've done that. Yeah. So I think they immediately think that their life's been
so much better.
So some people a lot better, and it's weird. It's a strange idea to have. I think
some people get obsessed with telling me this. Some of my friends are like, "Oh, you're stuck in the Devon bubble." It's like, and they'll assume because you haven't moved out, because you haven't gone to London for 3 years to live in a shit flat with your crappy mates. Do you know what I mean?
Crappy mates.
Do you know what I mean?
Shit flat, crappy mates.
Some people do get like that, and I think that's really, really crappy of them, because if you're happy with what you've done, you've effectively already reached. You kind of leapfrogged a goal.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm happy here. Why would I move?
Yeah.
And some people see that as like, oh, you're not seeing the world. It's like, well, some people don't want to see the world. They're happy with what they've got, and. We need people like that.
Yeah,
who's going to stay? Definitely, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone would literally just if you're born somewhere where you're happy to live, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Like you said, you've sort of got to the goal without having to.
Oh, mate, there's a lot to be said for knowing where, and not just knowing it, but for being part of where you live and being part of the community. I mean, a lot of people, the people who have those kind of views, the people who go, oh, still the same, is it here? When they come back to say North Devon, and go, oh, still nothing ever changes here, does it? It's the same people who You ever hear that expression like, as far as your problems go, wherever you go, there you are?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. If you've got issues in one place, you're probably going to have issues somewhere else as well.
Mate, there's a quote from Family Guy which a lot of people see as a bad thing, but it's kind of funny. I think Brian says it to Meg, and he says, Meg, if we all shot for the stars, there'd be no one left on the ground, would there? And you can take that two ways. That's
Sure.
kind of true in a way, because we need people on the ground. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But it also
absolutely.
relates to one more quote. I don't know why I'm coming out of quotes, but
Hey, no, go for it.
you know in like pop stars, and this is something which I really hate about a pop star or someone that's become successful in a very small pool, in a very minute chance. Like Like for instance, I'm not saying it's her, but like Katy Perry, like, oh, follow your dreams. There you go. Follow your dreams. Be true to yourself, and you'll get what you get. Like I've got like a massive pop career. That's not strictly true. That's like winning the lottery.
Yeah, it's
and someone said it's like, I've won the lottery, so you should go out and spend all your money on lottery tickets because it's worked for me. Yeah, that's effectively what they're saying. I know that probably feels different to them because they did try and it worked for them, but it doesn't work for everyone. The amount of people that have tried and failed.
Well, what you don't see from a lot of these people, like a lot of the people who make their break by being in the right place at the right time or winning a competition. I know there are exceptions to this, but a lot of those people have put in the work. Like a lot of the bands like Arctic Monkeys, who became famous overnight through MySpace, videos on MySpace, they put in the work. This wasn't some random chance of like, oh, those guys are good, we'll sign them, we'll put them on the radio. And people miss that. It's, if anything, it reminds me of some advice that gets given about cupcake shops, where if someone's saying, "Oh, I've got my dream. My dream is to own a cupcake store. I'd love to just bake cupcakes all day and sell cupcakes," and then you say, "Well, how? What do you need to do?" "Oh, I don't know. What have you done towards this?" "Oh, no. It's just I'd like to do it one day."
Yeah, it's like
it's like bullshit.
Come in,
If your dream was to own a cupcake shop, you'd be able to tell me exactly what you need to do. You'd go, I need this much money, I need this much space. I've looked at ovens, I could probably get away with this kind of oven. It's that difference between they say it's the difference between a dream and a goal. You know, you have to work at these things. You can't just go, oh yeah, all of a sudden.
No. Dreams work if you do.
Exactly. Well, oh man, if we're doing quotes
they are thick and fat.
I'm pretty sure this is Thomas Edison. But again, in the comment section, just tell me if this is completely wrong. But he says a lot of people miss out on opportunity because it comes along wearing dungarees and looking a little bit like hard work.
Yeah.
And it's so true. It's so true. What were we talking about? Family businesses.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I feel like we're in the presence of royalty now with,
some people.
The manager. Oh, lordy.
He's something a bit more.
Here's co-manager. I would like to point out
before your dad does.
Before he comments, before he makes a YouTube channel, just to say.
Next Monday morning.
He's only got that job because he's my son.
Yeah.
It's like, Randy, can I see you in my office? Dad, we're in your office. Sit down.
Play it while.
Yeah.
The
home manager.
Can you tell me what's wrong in this video?
You did mention, like, if he thinks I should take it over. There is one thing that does really bother me, and that is everyone else assuming you will.
Yeah, sure.
That is
honestly, get that from
staff.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, honestly, that is what pisses me off more than anything. And I've literally said to customers are like, "Oh, who are you?" And I say the surname's Vanstone.
Yeah,
I say
check the badge.
Like I say, my surname's Vanstone, and they're like, "Oh, so this will all be yours one day." And it's sort of like I've literally had a customer like I've said, "Oh no, I'm not sure. I don't know if I really want to do that." And they've actually said, "Well, what else are you going to do?" As if that was that's all I could do.
Cheers.
Because, like you said, I could want to do anything.
Yeah.
My ambition could be to become a shelf stacker.
Yeah.
It's not.
Sure. But it could be.
It could be. And if that, like you said, if that's what you said about the cupcake shop.
Yes.
If that's, most people would say, "Oh, I want to be a rock star. I want to be a movie star." But if someone wants to do that, if their main goal in life is to own a cupcake store, then that's fine.
See, this is the thing. I mean, talking about music, which is another handy segue. You get a lot of musicians who don't. You get the impression. I mean, because we've all played music, we've all got our musical outfits here.
All very successful, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But you get so many musicians where it almost seems like they don't want to even play gigs.
No.
It's like all they want to do is they want to be over here. They want to. I'm doing the thing where it's like, because you can't see it, but I'm doing another thing where it's like one place, another place.
Just expect it to happen.
It's like they want the life.
Everything that goes along with it.
Yeah,
apart from the work.
Yeah. It's like people confuse like happiness with comfort too much sometimes.
Yeah.
When happiness is the hard work.
Yeah.
Like you have to enjoy the training. If you enjoy the training, then you'll enjoy the match. Kind of job.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah. It's
But we talk about bands. But there is another topic that we could talk about with you here, old Randall, which is because you're in a new band, aren't you? I say you are.
Yes.
Both of you are.
But it is the same band as Tom. Yes, called Child.
Came up in the last podcast, but now's your chance to ask all the questions.
You got half of Child here.
I'll tell you what.
The better half.
Yeah,
Billy's
well, no,
cool,
Billy
actually.
is nice. The other one's not.
Well, I'm going to officially say that the lines are open. So I'm going to officially.
It's not live.
I'm going to officially open the lines. So get in touch with us on Twitter. That's
I can't wait to get a phone call in about 4 days. Not that we will. But, can you ask Randy what he thinks of this?
So the name of the band's Child, and it's good.
Yes.
It's really good.
Thank you.
I should say that as like
Glad
the
you like it.
1/3 of the people here
Who's
who
not
aren't in the band.
Yeah,
You're outnumbered.
yeah, you are.
Yeah. I think. Wait, hang on. What does this say? Really good.
Yeah.
I think you're really good.
Excellent. Yeah, they're both awesome.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to describe? How should we do this? Shall I describe it, or do you guys want to?
I would like to hear how you would describe it.
Okay.
Because
we're gonna try something new, aren't we? We don't have to do this now, but we're gonna put the track in a minute. We're gonna actually play the first single. It's Faint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Faint.
But I don't want to get that wrong, otherwise that would be really embarrassing.
Lost me on the phone.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very the first word that anyone's going to say is it's very 80s.
Yeah, 80s
like,
is the
proper atmospheric.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I've said this. I've said this to you in private. I'd say this anyway. It's really cool. I know you guys said, Tom, you mentioned me before that it was deliberately trying to be different from rocky. Like there's a lot of rocky bands going on, like guitar.
Trying to
bands.
move away from any distorted guitars.
Sure.
Effectively.
When me and Jack first talked about doing this, and Tom,
At the pub.
yeah, and we
A Weatherspoons.
we did say that. We actually we did say like you said, we don't want any distorted guitars because that's what everyone does. Not to talk down on that, but I've done that before.
Yeah.
And it's
We've all done it
to
before.
do something different, like,
It's like a deliberate move
atmospheric,
away.
like you said. It's completely what we were aiming for is exactly what you've just said and what so many people have said to me. And it's brilliant. It's so nice to have people say that and describe it in the way that we'd imagined it being.
Yeah. The best thing about it is because I've been in quite a few bands. I've been in a few bands, and it's the first time ever people have actually gone out of their way to come up to me and say, "I really like your new track," or "I like your band." There's a friend of mine. She came to our first gig, and she was like, "Honestly, best thing I've seen here in so long. Thank you for showing me." And I gave her the second track, and she's like, I saw her the other day, and she said, "Love the second track as well." It was awesome. I'll come to your gig. And
See, this is
that's the first time I've ever had it.
No way. I mean, this is. I understand. This sounds like a little bit of a backhanded compliment, but it's nice. It's nice and good that's partly because it just stands out for being different.
Yeah.
I know. I hope you know. I understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to belittle it. It's just because it's different. But it's different and well executed.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes it stand a little bit apart. Yeah. It sounds a lot like, when you. I know you're saying about not putting in distorted guitars and things. It almost reminds me of there's a band called Japan. Who, if people are familiar with, an older band. They're pretty famous at the time.
Yeah,
but
little band.
Yeah, but it's that blending of like atmospheric 80s synthiness with a little bit of and not even rock. It's the same tunes, just with a different instrumentation to it.
I think, funnily enough, Jack, there's a band description of what the sound is like, and I think he actually he nailed it. He just said it's melancholic pop. And that kind of, because it's not, the first track's not particularly happy.
No,
you wouldn't be like, oh,
no. You could pretend it was happy.
You could, yeah.
You could, yeah. Nice.
Nailed it. Solid goal.
But melancholic pop is probably a good explanation of it.
Yeah.
But the second track, which comes out soon,
it's much more
is
poppy,
way
and
more
upbeat.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
I think you may have heard it.
Oh,
It's
yes.
the second, more guitar.
I've always absolutely loved pop music, and I think that like pop and just I love Angels and Airwaves, and I've always wanted to make music with like the echoey guitar parts and just easy guitar parts, but that sound so catchy.
Well,
and
you know what it is? It's that unashamed. It's almost like, to a certain extent, it's not although it's different to a lot of other things, it's not trying to be quirky.
Yeah.
It's just revels in the sound. It goes, right, this is what it's going to sound like.
It's like a celebration of that sort of thing, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And it was just so natural, really. I hate it, sounds so cliche, but we literally, that first track, which you will hopefully hear in a minute on this,
the writing process was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Everyone
was, and it's
says
really
that in a new
simple.
band, we're so relaxed. But this
And
is the first band. Sorry to cut in, but this is the first band where everything's been on an open table. If I don't like the lyrics, say, okay, let's change that. It'll be an open forum for everything. So it's like, I don't like you saying that. Or it's not like, oh, these are my lyrics, I wrote them, they mean a lot to me. It's not. It's kind of a bit more like, let's change it to this then. Or like, that bass line's too much here, do it later. Do your guitar bit sucks. But it's not like,
that's been said
I spent ages writing
that.
And then we all come up with something a lot better together. And it makes such a big difference, because that, like I said, that first track we actually recorded we had two, which we were umming and ahhing about which one to go for. And we went for this one, which was actually a lot more downbeat than what we thought the first one's going to be. And that first one's actually been scrapped now, pretty much, isn't it? Because it was
it's just sort of just like a it is
Shy. Was it called Shy?
Yeah. I love it. I still love it.
Me and Randy still really like it.
We're really for it, but it may never see the light of day.
It's stuck in production hell.
But you see, this is one of the nice things. Again, I mean, just looking at, I know you and I have talked about creativity and all that kind of business, but that's almost what's nice about it, is that it doesn't matter. I don't want to speak for you, but it sounds like it doesn't matter that it's not going to be a band track.
Yeah.
Because I mean, hey, it could be something that one of you does something with at some point. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. It's because the goal isn't the aim. It's the making of it that's the good bit.
And it has been, like I say, without sounding cliche, it has been easy. We'll come to my house and it'll be like, we should do this tonight, and it's never like, it doesn't feel like work, if that makes sense. Like sometimes when you're writing with a band, it's like, I can't wait for this to be over. Not in a bad way, but because you're tired and you're done with it. Whereas it doesn't feel like this. It's actually more exciting.
I was really glad. There's certain things about being in a band that I didn't really consider before I agreed to it. Because I've been playing solo for a few years, and the fact that I was a bit concerned about the writing, because it's like you're bringing this idea to 3 other people, and it's like they could just absolutely hate this, and thankfully that hasn't happened too much, and it's just been nice. It's been a good. I was worried about that.
It's always just because you'll come. Randy's still, I guess, in many ways, still the main songwriter. He'll come with like the main idea.
Sure.
And we'll pick it apart, or sometimes Jack will come with the main idea. But even if you do come with a bit we don't like, we'll just say the chorus is fantastic. That works really well. The verse is just kind of boring. Let's do something a bit more interesting with it.
So it's going well. We've taken our time with everything, aren't we? Really, because we may have talked about this a bit too long. But
no, not at all. Well, to be honest, what I would suggest is, shall we? Why don't we have a listen to Faint? We are absolutely not going to listen to this track live, but we're going to make it sound like we've just listened to it. Yeah. So let's put it on. Wasn't that amazing?
Oh, that's so
God,
good.
what a tune.
Thank you.
I'm so
What
glad
a
I listened
tune.
to it live on the show.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's the
It
best I've ever
it was
heard
incredible.
it. Like, it was amazing.
That, yeah, I get it.
But,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
that bit, the catchy
That
bit, I love that
in the
catchy
middle,
bit.
that
Yeah.
chorus, what a chorus. No, seriously, like I really like it as a track. I think it's really cool. I think you described it to me when we were talking, when you said, I'm working with this project, I'm working on this project. It was like late night driving music.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely right. So far, it's
You'll probably kind of stay with that.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
But this is, I mean, it is kind of cool though. I mean, everything we've talked about the process of making the music and being able to go and record it and then release it and have a critical, even if it's a respectfully niche critical response to it. It's good that you can do that. It's good that you have that option. I mean, I know this is probably the last thing we want to talk about, but just in terms of the state of the music, not the music scene as in bands live and that kind of business, but just the music industry, the wider scene, the way that music works at the minute, is worth analysing, discussing, and picking apart.
Join
us tonight.
Yeah. Because it's
Ben, you introduce this.
Well, it's a subject that I'm vested in. I have a vested interest in, obviously, just coming out of with our label, just now kind of winding down to a very minimal sort of ad hoc release schedule, rather than compared to how it's been, having made music, having been in bands, having also been around musicians for a long time, and just in terms of running businesses, in terms of seeing how that works. It's a really, really interesting time to be in any point of the music industry, only because the landscape is shifting, as they say. The tools that we've got now are completely
We're in the middle
different.
of a shift.
Yeah.
I'm really interested on your thoughts on this because of how you've been at each end of it, if you like.
Sure.
Like, ran the label and made music yourself and released it yourself.
Just to be clear, we're talking about Spotify.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just in case anyone's still waiting to find out.
The main issue, I think, and this is just my own personal opinion on it. The main issue is that we're still working to a very old model of an industry when we've got basically every bit of technology about it has changed now. So you've got from even from when recorded music started being made, you've had people stepping in and going, well, I can do this for you, to a musician. So they say, oh, I can do this, I can expose you here, I can record for you, I can hook you up with a songwriter, whatever it is. So you've had these collaborations, these units of people who've got, I mean, even when people go, oh no, this band with this artist was so good because they didn't need anyone else, they did. It's like, well, yeah, but bollocks, because everyone has had people around them. You know, all of your favourite artists have had people working with them.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, but it's, I mean, because you've had benefits, if you like, from the fact that you can record in a much more stripped down way now.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the way that you've been able to get ideas actually recorded rather than just holding out, you know?
What, in terms of how I do like demos and things like that?
Yeah. Well, and releases, yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, songwriting process for me has just always been like recording ideas into my phone, and then you take them to where we would do a demo, and then you record it again a bit better, and then you take it to a studio and you record it all in layers and that sort of thing. Is that what you meant? Or I
guess so.
Release,
yeah. No, don't worry, we're not entering interview mode. Yeah. But just, I mean, I guess for like in the past when people couldn't record, so it'd be.
You're lucky to have. Well, I say we're lucky that we can have a tool. We can just be like, that's a cool idea. Chuck my phone on the side.
Definitely.
Even if it's a tape player. I mean, back in a few years ago, back like 30 years ago or 40, they'd probably be like, I'll remember that.
But yeah, like I said, the amount of times I've just come up with an idea or a melody, like even in the car, I've just come up with a melody and I'll just quickly record it, like, and then it's there, isn't it? It's on your phone. If you forget it, you've got it there.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be an interesting statistic to see how much of the music that's available on like iTunes and Spotify and what have you on Bandcamp that's been recorded in less than professional conditions, if you know what I mean.
I mean, it is a lot, probably, isn't it?
No, I think City's first album is just on his laptop. Was that thing in his?
Yes, yeah.
Suffered from insomnia. I don't know if that's a real story, but suffered from insomnia.
Yeah, no,
decided he was going to start making music. Use the time effectively rather than try and sleep.
Yeah.
And then made that album. And then obviously,
I bet his neighbours loved him.
Yeah.
His just had headphones on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Owl City. Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, electronic music like that, it lends itself so well. The gateway, if you like, the entrance fee to be able to make music like that is so much lower now than it ever has been before. Yeah. I mean, and singer-songwriters with a guitar and a vocal mic. Same with, we can be making the same comparison with YouTubers. The setup costs.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us here. Look at us, three dickheads making a silly little podcast. Well, yeah.
But no, I think it's just whenever I load the YouTube app, like I've never actually uploaded a video that I've just recorded. Like you can literally just pull out your phone, record a video of you talking to your phone, and then upload it straight away. I don't know why you'd ever do that, but I'm sure some people do.
Hey,
it's called vlogging, mate.
Yeah. Get on board, yeah.
Yeah, but it is so easy to do that now.
Yeah,
and everything's the same, isn't it? Recording as well.
But I mean, this is one of the things that labels used to have to do for artists.
Yeah.
And now they kind of don't. I mean, they to a certain extent, artists would still need to be hooked up with recording facilities, and what have you. But the to say that that's going to stay like that forever is a mistake, and to say that everyone needs to go to a thousands and thousands of pounds per hour producer and record this, that, and the other is a mistake. To think that that's going to be the only way of doing it in the future as well.
Yeah, it's just not true. I think with Spotify as well, that's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And Spotify has changed everything. So now, Spotify was originally made by people that made BitTorrent and torrent stuff. And they showed it to record executives as like, look, we can't stop piracy. You won't be able to stop it effectively. If we can't stop it, let's build a viable alternative. Yeah. Which it was Spotify. And like, look, and when they all related to this video, which I'm sure Ben will link tomorrow in the description. They basically the Spotify they showed them was actually linked to their hard drives, which had all downloaded the music illegally. But they say that if they pay a subscription fee like £10 a month, they can have access to all the music ever whenever they want, and we'll pay the artist a royalty fee,
Yeah.
and that's how it will be done. And that's effectively what's happened. Is Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify. Those are the only three players really.
Yeah, yeah,
there,
sure.
There is
sure.
Pandora, I think, in America, a bit bigger in America, not massive over here. But it's funny because music industry has adapted to that. Everything's on Spotify, and Spotify works really well for some people. Like established artists like Metallica probably makes millions on Spotify every month.
Yeah.
Problem is when you're a little band, like our one for instance, we won't make any money from Spotify. We won't see any money from it. We would do better financially by selling the single for even for 10p. Here's our single, here's download code for 10p. Do you have 10p? Yeah, great, because we won't make even that off Spotify. But the plus is it's available everywhere, wherever you are. You could be at the top of a mountain, load up Spotify, and listen to our track.
You see, and this is the thing, because people would, just to play devil's advocate, people would obviously counter with saying, well, it's the exposure argument. It's like exposure is worthless, and it is. But at the same time, that's not a solution either. To go, so this way of doing it's wrong, because like it or not, that is how it's going. That is how it's being done.
Definitely.
I mean, I was joking with my brother a few weeks ago, saying that it's going to be weird if we have, in the future, if we have kids, and they grow up going, "Why did you buy music?" And it might be, because you never know. It might be as alien to them to say, "Well, why do you have to pay for a song?"
No.
But why do you pay for? But I can't tell you that I can suggest what it will look like, because it's such a big leap to make, to go from the very simple solution of, well, people buy a song and that some of that money, as much as possible, goes to the person who wrote it, or recorded it, or made it, what have you. So I don't know what it will look like, but it's like dinosaurs. People will find a way. Musical life will find a way.
Because it's the same for when records come out. They were obsessed that would kill the entire industry. Like, why people come and see a live show if they can listen to it from the comfort of their own home? And then the same was supposed to happen when you could copy a CD. Like, CDs will die. That's not true because they're still here. Same with records. You can still buy records now. They're the most popular they've been in like 30 years.
The thing is, though, you're absolutely right. But it's also the fact that
the jump.
But it's the fact that every other physical media is in the gutter, absolutely in the gutter. Vinyl's up, but everything else, it's it really is about
like you said, the
vinyl.
The vinyl thing must just be a fad.
That'll die.
Because it is so. I love it. I like it. I like vinyls. And I like having something physical. I still do.
I think some people reacted to it like, actually, do you know what? I want something for the £10. I want like a big gatefold. Some people, and probably most of them, like 70%, are like, oh, vinyls are in. I'm gonna get my vinyl player.
Sure.
Even I've fallen into that trap. I bought like a cheap vinyl player and I've got like 4 vinyls. And it's like, I always, when I was a bit younger, I always had quite a few of them. I had loads at one point, and I sold them all because I was like, what am I even doing with them? I've got it all on my iTunes.
Well, for me, it's like books. Like I've nothing against Kindles or whatever, but I personally read paper books, physical books.
A book.
So I don't know. There isn't really a comparison for CDs in this, but it's like there are always going to be people who want the convenience of Kindles and MP3s and online, just music streaming or electronic music, and then you've got the people who want something physical, like you say, for gatefolds or for nice special editions, or it's a work of art. It's a physical thing. It's going to be fun old times. I like what you were saying though about how in history it was when we first started recording music.
Well, it's like when the whole Napster battle, like Napster will destroy any people downloading and all this sort of stuff. It just never came to pass. Or just like I said, it adapted. Everything adapted.
Do you know my favourite story of music piracy is possibly the earliest from I don't know if I've told either of you guys this.
Or Kazaa or
No. This is in the Vatican, right?
Right.
A couple hundred years ago, a few hundred years ago, the Vatican had a piece of music that was only allowed to be performed in the Vatican for certain ceremonies and things like this. And they wouldn't allow the sheet music out anywhere. and for them, the idea of recording music would have been unthinkable. You know, it just wouldn't even cross. Until 14-year-old Mozart showed up.
Oh, really?
And apparently listened to this piece of music twice, and then came away and went, "Oh, this is how it goes, boys." And wrote it down and they went mental because this is it. It's like you'll always be blindsided by ability or whether that ability is just being able to listen to a bit of music and reproduce it, or whether that ability is being able to record music and going, well, hang on, I think we can encode this digitally. And then, that's lossless now, so we can copy it as many times as we want.
Yeah.
Whatever the intellect is, wherever it's applied, the whole thing is going to evolve and change. And the only wrong move is trying to dig in your heels and go, no,
trying to stay with how it was. Yeah.
You look at the label deals that a lot of artists are on now, is still geared towards CD sales and still geared towards physicals. And that's mental. It's absolutely mental.
I think I saw an interview when Lady Gaga released her second album, and it's speaking to is it going to just be on Spotify? She's like, no, it'll be CD sales for most of it. And they're like, oh. And she's like, don't underestimate CD sales. They're still high as ever.
Yeah, but
it's just like...
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you're an artist like that, though, you don't have to worry, do you?
Oh, no, sure.
If you're a small band... Then a lot of bands you notice with like CDs and vinyls now, if you go to their websites, they'll be offering like signed versions and like buy the CD, you get a discounted rate on a ticket or something.
Exactly.
It's almost like they're trying to find ways to get around the Spotify issue. And that's good, but will it work long term?
It's good though, because it's what people do. It's effectively what you're describing is they're adding value to what they're making. And this is the way it goes, because it's easier. Say an artist, we get to maybe a few more years down the line when recording technology really is idiot proof. So what I mean is, someone who's really good at writing a song and playing it can also record it without really having to have much studio analysis. Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of crossover anyway, but say that they can just plug in a couple of mics, whatever, record and send it off to wherever online and go, please can you mix and master my track, and they'll get it back to you the next day going, there you go. To a respectable quality.
Maybe AI mixing.
Well, exactly. Hey, I absolutely have something to tell you about as well. Right, we're going to have a nice little epilogue to this episode because this is it frees up like their mental space to then put more in. So they, because they've made this amazing thing, this amazing track, they might say, well, I want to make these funny little boxes that they come in, and I'm going to put a little USB stick inside it or whatever, or whatever it's going to be. I don't know, like whatever you'd need.
Yeah, but it's funny because I think you mentioned, Tom, that devaluing the product, and it is. If you I've got Apple Music because I got it for free for 6 months with my phone. If a new album comes out, it's stupid really. If a new album comes out from one of my favourite artists, I will buy the CD and possibly the vinyl.
Yeah.
Because I want it, because I want to support the artist and I want a physical copy. If I find a new band and I'm just getting their music effectively for free, it's not as valuable to me.
Yeah.
I will still listen to it, but it's weird. I won't see value in it. And it's not like I've paid £10 to listen to this. I'm gonna listen to it.
It's like the best way to support your favourite band is to buy the CD, but then stream their music instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not listen to
the
CD.
The best way. Don't listen to what you've just bought. I think that's a paradox in a way.
Yeah.
It's the best way to support them.
Wasn't there that band that needed money for a tour? And they just released an album that was silent. Did you guys talk about this?
Yeah.
And it was just silence. They just needed the money from the streams.
Is it Songs to Sleep To?
Yeah,
they called
it. But that's crazy.
But this is what's funny though. What I do kind of like about the way the system's changing is that it's almost going back to old school days where people are able to pay the artist directly. and they're able to sort of contribute, and they don't need a middleman anymore.
No.
They don't need, talking from having run a label, they don't need a label anymore.
Yeah, because a middleman would do advertising and the right thing with the internet.
And this is the thing, because you see it time and time again. Look at things like Patreon. Or Kickstarter. I mean, Kickstarter's more for one-offs, but you look at Patreon, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, Patreon's awesome.
Where you can, if you're not familiar with it, you can join, you can find your favourite artist on there, providing they're on there, and say every time you make something, or there's a monthly version. But you can set it up so that it's every time I make something, you'll pay me this much.
Yeah, even if it's like $1. Yeah, but if they get like 500 people that are saying you can have $1 every time you release it, YouTubers do it. Every time you release a video, if you do one video a month, I'd happily pay $1 to some of my favourite YouTubers.
Yeah, and
it makes a lot of
sense. Such a small amount of money.
Yeah, you wouldn't even think about it.
But this is what's so great about it, because it works. Because you look at, because you can see on an artist's page saying this is how much they get every time, and it's very public.
Yeah, it shows you how much they're making. So if you think, well, that's a bit much, then you know.
So I mean, so say you had 1,000 people, paying £1 a time. As an artist, say you're a musician, say it's music. Every time I record a track, you'll get it first. You pay me £1, and I'll show you the making of, behind the scenes, whatever.
Yeah.
The other flip side of this is that the artist's going to look at that £1,000 figure and go, I could do with £1,000. Let's knuckle down. I'll write another song. I'll write, record, and they end up. It's almost like they're working for the money, and it's because they're getting paid for it. They're able to do it more, and they want to do it more.
It makes the fans happier.
The fans are happier. They're like, he's putting out stuff all the time. This is great.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Have you guys got anything else you wanted to say about this?
I was just going to mention, actually, like I said
God,
about...
Always got to have the last word.
No, it's not. It's nothing big. It's just I said about artists like Metallica, you mentioned, and Lady Gaga, and Coldplay. They don't have to worry about any of this, really, do they?
Not
like
no.
I know it probably is a slight concern for them. I imagine, like, how are we getting our money? But they sell out massive stadiums, and that's
money
how they make their money.
Yeah,
but the way that Ed Sheeran has approached releasing his new album is fascinating to me, because he released 2 songs in one day. He literally posted saying new music this Friday. That Friday the tracks were both released at once, number 1 and number 2 in the charts straight away. He said the album's out March 9th, I think it is. And then I think yesterday or a few days ago, because it was his birthday, he just released an album track from the album. Just said, I like this one.
Yeah.
Released it, put it out, people could buy it. It's number 1.
Yeah.
Like he's that popular.
He is,
and that's how people.
Yeah.
And that's probably how, like, they probably just think he's probably going to do that again before the album's out.
Yeah,
because it's like, we can sell this track. It's not going to affect his album sales whatsoever.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah.
He's still going to get a number 1 album, and it's just crazy, isn't it? If you're that level of artist, you actually do better out of having Spotify around as well as CD sales.
That's the thing about Spotify. It doesn't work for smaller bands.
It does, no, but
because if you're a band that's maybe getting like 10,000 plays a week, that's not enough to live off, and it sucks. Some bands like hate Spotify. They'll be like, we've got to have it on there because otherwise we don't get heard. But if there's 4 people in a band, they're only getting like $5,000 a month, or $5,000 a year.
Well, this is the thing.
It's not enough.
It's like you were saying at the start of this, is that when Spotify was invented, it was intended as like an alternative to piracy, and it's become, because it's a great alternative to buying it. That's the thing. It's the alternative to everything. It's the new way. I mean, okay, let's speculate here. I'll be proven wrong. 40-year-old, 50-year-old Ben will look back on this and go, "No, you were talking shit." I reckon that will become how. I don't know what will surround it, but I reckon that will become how we access music as a society. I think you'll pay, like you pay the gas bill, or like you pay the electric bill. You pay the music bill. And you'll just get
TV license.
I can't tell you how I think musicians will get paid, because the answer isn't going to be from anything except direct payment anymore. I don't think it's going to be the people who are good enough for people to go, "Oh, I'll give you some money for that."
Merch and tour, and the money will have to come from elsewhere. You'll have to adapt, like you said earlier. It will adapt.
But I reckon that would be like a hose pipe. You just turn the music on. You'll be able to access anything you want, anything in the
Maybe
world.
become a utility, won't it?
Yeah.
Utility bill.
Yes, exactly.
Spotify.
And isn't that the most beautiful thing of all, really? I mean, you know.
I guess so.
when a bank, when a service is bringing a utility bell, utility bill for proof of address, and you say, well, yeah, I'll bring you my Spotify bill.
Yes, it is my Spotify. Do you use
Crazy.
Spotify? Do you?
Having said all this,
Personally,
I don't. No,
what do you
personally, no.
use?
I use Google Play because I'm just weird.
Oh no, fair enough. Play
Yeah.
music. That's
Play
what
music,
I
yeah,
used
yeah.
to use that until I got Spotify on a family account with a few others.
Do you have?
Nice.
Do you pay for Spotify?
Yeah, pay for Spotify.
Yeah.
I
See,
pay a small amount for it though.
Yeah. Well,
Because
this
if you have a family account, you get 5 others, and it's
Mm.
£15 a month, so we all pay like £3.50.
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
But but you look at things like Photoshop. And it's a bit of a
Adobe,
left
yeah.
turn, but you look at what Adobe's done with their Creative Suite and their Creative
Smart
Cloud.
move, yeah.
It's because no one bought Photoshop. No one bought. Isn't it still? I mean, even now, it's still top of the tree on most pirated software. Is
Yeah,
Photoshop.
it's always Photoshop and Lightroom and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing, yeah.
But now, I mean, and to be fair, I had never used Photoshop, but I definitely hadn't bought a copy of it
Yeah.
until they came along and said, well, you can pay it's like £8.50 a
Yeah.
month.
I pay £21 a month and I get every single piece of their software.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Is that the old
technically a
educator's
bargain.
package?
That's the educator's package, yeah. Usually it's like £80, which is steep, but you know, I'll happily pay £21 a month
Yeah.
because that's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, in the grand scheme of things, for all the stuff I use
And
it for.
it's always up to date.
Yeah, it's the most up to date. It's smart.
Do any, because I always think that Cubase should do this. I know you don't use Cubase, but do any music production suites do it?
No, not as far as I know.
No, I
See,
don't think
why
so.
not?
Well,
Yeah, they
technically,
should, really.
you could argue Logic does because once you
Okay.
pay for it, that's it.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. But
Which-
you've still got the outlay though. That's the thing.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
you still buy
You've
it.
still got to pay.
once.
I think it's £200.
That's. I mean, like that. Even if that's a fair price, which it is,
Yeah.
it's
There's
still
only
a
one
lot
version.
of money.
There's only one version of Logic, so if you're a
Yeah.
big studio, that's
Yeah,
It's strange
exactly,
that
yeah.
that hasn't happened yet. Actually,
It is.
isn't
I
it?
think it's weird.
That's
I do think
really
it's weird,
odd.
Yeah, it's weird.
considering how well it works
However,
for Photoshop.
Yeah. That's strange.
And this is the thing. It's like they go. You know, you get all the keys, the USB keys. You have to
Yeah.
carry around to
Oh,
make sure it
nightmare,
works.
yeah.
And they're just. This is what digging in your heels looks like. This is when you're
Yeah,
digging
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
this trench, going,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, the
we're
old
gonna
way, like,
keep doing. We're gonna
Yeah,
double
talking to
down.
devil.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm using one right now.
It's
And what a
crazy.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Why,
If I
mean,
lose my iLock, I can't open Pro Tools.
yeah.
I could lose that easily.
Oh, definitely.
See, that's mental.
Especially you.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is the thing, especially with more and more services assuming an internet connection, which is, I think, justified now.
Oh yeah. When
You know,
people
there
know
are
about
issues
that
with
stuff,
it.
I know, it's like always
Yeah.
online. So.
But I mean, but why not have like a two-factor authentication to it? So you start up and it goes, or however you want it to
Yeah.
run. Where instead of having to have a USB physical key,
it's
You
well
just say-
early 2000s.
yeah, it's like we've sent you a text with a code in. Put
fine.
the code in, log in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we've detected 2 devices logged in. This one and this one. Which one are you using?
Yeah, we'll deactivate this
Exactly, and
one.
we'll deactivate
Fine.
the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens when I log on to Adobe on here on my Mac.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause it's on my PC and it goes, oh, you logged in on the PC, do you want to log in here? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
done.
See, it can be done, but funnily enough, and I did not intend this. I'm getting so good at these segues. I have brought us around to
Wow.
Adobe when I want to tell you about something that some Adobe news, which I'm doing this seat of my pants, completely off the fly. I'm not prepared.
Oh my God.
I can barely remember the name of it, but I remember what it does, and
Yeah.
that's all that matters. It's a new Adobe software or project, I guess, called VoCo,
Right.
VoCo. Have you guys seen anything about this?
No.
No,
Right.
totally new.
Right. It is.
Ben's looking very excited about
It
this.
is, yeah.
Right, I'm actually going to do the excited face
Very.
for 2 more seconds.
For those of you who can't see the face, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Imagine a child skipping through a field. Like,
yeah, that's exactly it.
It's Photoshop for voices. So basically, the end result. The end result is the interesting bit, and then the process is semi-interesting. But the end result is that you can listen, or you can take a recording of someone speaking for about 20 minutes, is what they say. Armed with that recording, run it through VoCo, and you can make that person say whatever you want.
Oh,
Really?
dude, that's-
Yeah, yeah.
That is.
It's
wow.
really big, right?
Yeah.
This is Running Man. You ever seen Running Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they fake they do the fake news.
Yeah.
Where he's,
And they load in Arnie into like
Yeah,
the image, and that's killing.
You see, the other thing that goes hand in hand with this is that they've also done it for video, where there are videos. I'll try and find something I can link to online where you can see someone controlling existing footage. So it's not like a 3D render. It's they've got footage of Trump is one of the ones they're using, him giving an interview, but there are videos of other people as well. Oh, hello, just flip the mic. They show you side by side with the person who's controlling him and the person, and say Trump in this case. And as they move their mouth and make these different facial expressions, so does he. And it's not, like I say, it's not a 3D render. It's not like a computer-generated model. It's controlling and re-rendering and morphing the video frame.
Is this a legal thing?
It's
Because surely
it's neither legal or illegal.
there's probably not a law for that, is there?
Exactly.
Why
No,
would there
exactly.
be?
So, but the thing is,
crazy.
it looks a bit clunky, a little bit clunky. But you know when you see a bit of tech that's a bit clunky, you go, "We'll give it 2 years, and that'll be flawless."
Exactly. It's early days.
So you combine the two,
That's scary.
and exactly right there we go. Yeah. It's
That's
like
scary.
you can video. Someone could video me just talking, and listen to this podcast, analyze the podcast, and then make me go, "Oh yeah, I hate black people," or whatever it is. I like kids.
Well, they don't need to
all that
now.
kind of
You've just
Well, no,
said
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
God.
But you know, you can make you say all
Racist.
kinds of foul shit.
Yeah,
It'd be
no,
horrible.
that's terrible.
They can make you
That
say
is-
whatever.
Oh, maybe it won't happen.
Yeah.
I hope
like
not,
this
because
piece of
that's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely amazed that's even a thing.
You see, they say that they're going to watermark any audio that's created with it in an inaudible way. So I don't know
that's
whether.
a good idea.
Yeah, well, it is. But I don't know.
How would that
how they
work?
do. Well, they could probably manage it, but then all you have to do is run it through 128 kilobits or whatever, or
Crush it,
64. Crush the shit out of it, and then go. Oh no, it was just a phone conversation we recorded. It was a bit of a dodgy recording. But it wouldn't even have to be. I mean, we've talked about audio quality differences before.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be noticeably bad quality that someone could go, "Oh well, look, it's just a crap recording."
Yeah.
We're talking a difference in quality that you wouldn't hear, but that would destroy the watermark.
They must have thought about that though.
You'd think, but then it took them long enough to cotton on to bloody monthly payments, so you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
But who knows?
Crazy, isn't
It's scary stuff. It's a scary world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Should we end on a scary note?
What, we're going to ask Andy for another story? Is that what's... Oh, what are you doing? That scary note?
What's
What
going
was the
on?
story we're going to ask Andy?
Oh, no, just like...
I think
right.
he's just joking.
right.
No,
Was it,
that's...
this
Joke
is the
thing is
that-
You
Andy,
guys
that-
have got on at the end of your notes for every episode your insult Randy section. You might as well do it whilst I'm
we can
here.
do it live.
Yeah.
A big shout out to our ugliest listener,
Ugliest and...
He's in the room.
Randy.
It's almost suave and ugly, like swuggly.
What? So like really good looking and a bit ugly? Is that what you mean?
Well,
No,
no.
like
ugly,
really
but you
ugly.
carry yourself well.
Like, okay.
like fugly. Like,
Fuck, right, okay.
Fuck, yeah.
Fucking ugly.
Proper ugly.
Smelly too. Like
You
guys.
don't get that, do you? You don't get
can't
any pictures.
smell
You won't
through
get
the
that.
podcast.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
But I can smell it here.
We should do
Yeah.
one live somewhere, maybe. Like, you know,
Just in front of loads of people.
like Bideford Palladium.
Yeah, oh my
Well, to be fair, we could get all the listeners down. I mean, I've got a couple of seats over there.
Randy, you could come.
Oh, yeah, you go. That's one.
You won't be on it again.
I was going to say
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to be invited back, am I?
No, I think
Definitely
it's a shocking
not.
performance.
Yeah.
Every 6th episode, we are not going to have you back.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I'm sad now.
Just saying.
If you've, as always, I mean, if the listeners have got this far into, I mean, if you're listening to it for what's this, like an hour and a half?
It's been
Yeah.
probably
It's a
your
bumper
longest
episode.
It's a
isn't
bumper
it?
episode.
It is. Well, I put that down to having.
Conscious of time.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
bumper episode.
Yeah. Well, definitely in that case, definitely if you've got this far, then it's worth, you know, subscribing.
Yeah.
Definitely subscribe.
Or perhaps like it if you want me to cut out everything Randy said.
Definitely, and we'll do like a repost,
re-edit,
re-upload.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make sense, would it?
It wouldn't matter.
It
They-
wouldn't
they
matter.
would be
You know
happy.
what?
No,
That would be
Yeah.
really hilarious. Just cut out everything.
It would be fun.
What a waste of time that would be for me. Because it would take ages. That would be a genuine
That would take
waste
forever.
of
That'd be
time.
quite a labour intensive job, wouldn't it?
Just intensive waste of time.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, actually, I know we should end saying that that's 6 episodes.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
done. We said
Well
we were
done,
going to start with 6. Well done, Tom. I think we.
Well
Randy,
done, Tom
well,
and
You
Ben.
get a 6th of the credit.
And I was
Yes.
I'm happy to be here because I've listened to every single episode.
You can listen to this one as well.
Yeah, I probably
would.
will.
You
I
have
would.
to,
It's been
otherwise
fun.
you're going to have to. Because
We need
otherwise
3
there won't be a
guaranteed views,
seventh.
so
Yeah.
I'll listen to it, you listen to it, you listen to it.
If I am on again, the Nintendo Switch will be out.
you ain't
that
coming
is
back.
something
Don't try and
very
tempt
excited
us.
about.
Don't try and bait the
Because,
line.
we were going to be recording this the day I get it,
Yeah.
and I made
Oh,
sure to
man.
change that. Because,
Who knows?
you
We
know,
might have you on the phone. We'll have a recorded,
Yeah.
just a recorded
Talking about-
section.
The Switch is good.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks. That was everything from me.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
That's all we have time for. But thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, no worries. Thank you for
No
coming
worries,
in.
thanks for, big thanks.
Awesome. Where can people find you, Andy?
Yeah,
You can find me on Andrew V Music on Twitter
It's pretty good.
and Child Band UK.
Oh,
If you liked
nice
the
plug.
song,
Ooh,
if you
cheeky
liked the
plug.
song you heard earlier, which hopefully you did,
And you can also
Then-
find that on Instagram
and YouTube
Hey, pretty good.
and YouTube.
and all over the place.
All the tubes.
Oh, that just no. Tom, have you decided your Twitter handle yet? Have you decided which one you're using?
Oh come on! I never know who to tweet. It's a nightmare.
I'll do both. Woof him.
Yeah, it's at Bike Review or at Teddy Hitch. Am I right?
That is. Thanks for
Yeah.
answering
Both
for
those.
me.
So send them to both.
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 Woof
It's
him.
the same thing. Great.
Not in the same message, mind.
No.
Twice.
Twice.
To the different accounts.
You Ben? What are you?
I am at Benji Monlong on everything.
Everything.
Or Ben the guitar card.
Oh man, mad dude. No, only my 1990s email address. I should probably check that actually.
Late.
That's
I
incredible.
got all those sweet Napster
Yeah.
links in there.
Yeah. Sweet ass link.
All right, that's enough.
Right.
We'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.